Hey Grace family, and welcome back to our midweek check-in. Real quick, I just want to give a shout out to Josh. I want to say thank you for covering the midweek check-in over the last few weeks. I really do appreciate that, and good job there. Church, I'm so excited to be back with you. It just feels so good to be here, to come home, to do life with you, to learn what's going on in your world, what God's been doing in your walk over the last few weeks, and to just join you in continuing to follow Jesus together. That was one thing I wanted to share, as we were away. I did a lot of thinking and processing, but genuinely looking at coming back. We talk about the church, we talk about it being God's family and brothers and sisters in Christ, and all that's true, but beyond that, there was just a real excitement and joy to come back to my friends. And I think it's something that's been really special through this whole process and becoming pastor here over the last couple of years, that it's not just a church I'm called to, but it's people that I love as brothers and sisters, but genuinely am able to call you friend. And so I just want to encourage you with that. That's something that I'm so excited about, whether you've been here 2 months or 2 decades. I love doing life with you. I love coming back to this place, and that we can just continue allow God to do a mighty work in our lives together, to follow Him together, and to be making disciples who make disciples. So I missed you, I love you, and I'm excited to move forward with you in this next season, whatever that brings. So just kind of meeting you in the middle of your week and have a word of encouragement. I was reading a book through vacation. I had a couple highlights I was going to share about from that book today, but I changed my mind as I was reading in my own personal quiet time today, and there was just a prayer of Paul that came up in Colossians chapter 1 I wanted to read through, and then maybe just highlight a couple of things real quick. So this is Colossians chapter 1, and it's verses 9 through 14. He says, "And so from the day we heard, we have not ceased to pray for you, asking that you may be filled with the knowledge of His will in all spiritual wisdom and understanding, so as to walk in a manner worthy of the Lord, fully pleasing to Him, bearing fruit in every good work and increasing in the knowledge of God. May you be strengthened with all power according to His glorious might, for all endurance and patience with joy, giving thanks to the Father who has qualified you to share in the inheritance of the saints in light. He has delivered us from the domain of darkness, transferred us to the kingdom of His beloved Son, in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sins." So much in there, but one verse that stood out to me was the very beginning, was verse 9. It says, "And so from the day we heard, we have not ceased to pray for you." Over the last few days, I'm trying to kind of get my mind ready and prepped and prepared to come back into this calling, to come back alongside of you and pursue Christ together. And in doing that, there's things that I'm hearing, there's stories being told, there's prayer requests being shared. And I just want you to know I have been praying for you through vacation. And as those stories have been coming in, I'm continuing to pray over you. Again, there's a lot of things going on in our church. There's a lot of families and people going through some hard times. And I just want you to know that you are loved, that you are cared for, and you are being prayed over right now. And the way that verse continues on, asking that you may be filled with the knowledge of His will in all spiritual wisdom and understanding. So whatever circumstance you're in, if it's a hard one or if it's a great one or anything in between, my prayer for you as I come back and continue to do life with you is that you would be filled with the knowledge of God's will for that specific circumstance, what you're going through now, and that you would have the wisdom and the understanding needed to live within that will, to continue to glorify His name and to put together what's happening in your life to make sense out of that as you walk a life of faith no matter what you're going through. There's a whole lot more in there. I would encourage you to read through that. It's Colossians 1, 9 through 14. Pray through that for yourself. Pray over that for the church. And just know that I'm praying over that for you as I kind of get my feet back under me and on my way back into getting into the routine of things. So looking ahead at this next Sunday, we are going to continue on in our series, A Walk Through Psalms, and we are starting a whole new genre. It's our 4th of 6 genres. It's the genre of confidence. And I believe this week we're going to land on Psalm chapter 16. So read that ahead of time and get ready for Sunday. And I've also got one more thing that I'd like you to do. I would love if you would take 5 minutes and just shoot me an email and answer the question, what has God been doing in your life over the last few weeks? You know, that was the whole reason for this verse. It says, from the day we heard. And I just want to hear. I want to know what God's been doing in your life. I want to hear what He's been teaching you, what He's been leading you through. So if you could shoot me an email and again, just answer that question, what has God been doing in your life over the last few weeks? That'll help me interact with you, help me pray for you more, connect with you more. And we can have some more way to connect and move forward if you were to take advantage of that. So please do that. I'll look forward to reading that. Otherwise, look forward to seeing you sometime throughout this week, or of course, back here Sunday morning at 9 a.m. And we look forward to worshiping our Father and learning from Him this Sunday. Have a great week, church. We'll see you then.